Welcome to the New Rugged Order podcast, exclusively on the Hard Knock Digital Culture channel. Now give it up to your host, people, MM2K.
What's up, people? What's up, people? What's up, people? Did you like that? You're probably wondering, what the hell is that? What that is, my friends, is this is a promo, real quick. That was just the beginning of this is a short promo for a podcast that we're looking to bring back. It's called the NRO Podcast. It used to be exclusive to our Twitch channel, but it looks like we're going to be converting from there, except for on occasions. So we're looking to bring NRO Podcast back to YouTube. It's a general gaming podcast and is featured on the MM2K channel. So if you look at the description, I got a link to my MM2K channel where I talk all things gaming. We actually aired a show called The Commission last night. Great show with a great panel. Me, Storm, Snow Bunny, Tron. You definitely want to check it out where we talk all general things gaming. This is kind of like a hybrid of all general things gaming. But then on top of that, we're talking about something that is in relation to cloud gaming as well. But I want to shout out everybody that is here. The homie Calvin Morgan, what's up? KB Ubuntu, what's up? Sean G said, what it do? Sean L said, hey, yo, do me a huge favor, y'all hit that hunchback. Well, let everybody know that we're live, okay? Because this is going to be a fun and lovely discussion. We are live. We are live for the eye-opening discussion. Okay. Yeah, because here's what was going on today, y'all, in relations. And then this is also going to be the recorded version of this is going to be chopped up a little bit, and it is going to be put on the MM2K video. So just so you guys are aware, no one's trying to double dip, but this is in essence this is more in essence an MM2K video channel type of content, but it does relate to cloud gaming. So we're gonna air it live here. We're gonna have the video on demand here and on the MM2K channel. You know what I'm saying? So with that said, no further ado, let's get into it. Hold on one second. Well, Epic Games. I hate when you go to post something from YouTube on Twitter and it cuts it off. That's stupid. Like, y'all didn't configure this already? Exposed. There we go. Epic. Yes. Sweeney. And what else we got going on here? And Fortnite. Right? Android. Wow, this is insanity here. This is a cautionary tale, and this is the main reason why I wanted to put this here on Stadia Dosage, because this is just symbolic. Like, things are just falling in my lap here, and they truly speak to some serious symbolism. Like, I just had a full-fledged discussion on Twitter about people not letting their emotions get the best of them. People looking at stuff from 5,000 feet. How there's a serious lack of that in the cloud gaming community, in the journalist wing. And it isn't just one or two entities. I know people like to attribute this to one or two people. I ain't going to name no names, or one or two entities. I ain't going to name any names. I'm just going to say on their behalf, to be fair to them, this isn't just them. There's a whole swath of people. Now, whether they're influenced by them or not, I don't know, because I don't walk that path. I don't walk that road. But what I can say is that it's not just one or two entities. There's a swath of people that are letting their emotions cloud. The thing that I think that really at the heart of this community made it great, which was honesty and integrity. I know I feel like I'm taking this stuff from Chase, but honesty and integrity. That's what made me flock to this community, not just Stadia. Stadia is the product, but what made me flock to the community is how we were so dead on facts and journalistic integrity. And now because we're upset or we're disappointed, which again, I'm not faulting anybody for their feelings. You can't be wrong for your opinion. But now because we feel a certain way, now we're letting that cloud our judgment as far as being stewards of truth and honesty. Once we get out of that realm, we're no better than the rest of those other communities that we like to call toxic and stuff like that. You're just as bad as them now. And it's a shame to see that, because I'm gonna be honest, I didn't come here for that. This was a breath of fresh air to all that craziness that happens there, the dishonesty, I want to win an argument type of mentality. We're seeing it here now because people are in their fields and they're not in the reels. They're not in the facts. They're in their fields, but not in the facts. And you got a swath of the community now making excuses for the tactic of going for clicks without clarity. I never thought I would see this there, at least not this early, but you are. So this right here, this story with Epic Game Store, this is just testament to what happens, how your fellow gamers get strayed away and sent on the wrong path when you don't fight for integrity. When you just say, oh, well, I like the Epic Game Store, or I like what Epic is doing, so I'm going to turn a blind eye to everything else and promote their efforts as being good. When you do that, then you lead into situations which I'm about to describe to you right now, which are abhorrent. And nobody can defend. Not even the staunchest supporters. This is unbelievable. I was shocked, but it was meant for me to hear this, to bring it and cascade it to you. Everything happens for a reason. I'm supposed to be playing Immortals Phoenix Rising right now. But instead, we're doing this, which I'm happy to do. Let me just do one more thing. Let me just put this in the where's the Discord? I just want to drop this in the Discord, let everybody know that we're live and that we're here. I know people are gathering and all that good stuff. But again, if you guys are seeing something that you're not used to seeing, yes, this is a format called the NRO Podcast. It's a podcast that I used to run on Twitter with my good. We had various guests on there. We had some fantastic shows. We had a lot of mainstream content creators. We had Dirk Griggity on. We had my homie, we had Xbot 448. He's a big known Xbox gamer and YouTuber and influencer. We had my homie Dean Knox on there. We had a lot of great guests on there, but the show was normally co-hosted. We had my boy Jay Wags on there. For those of you that are familiar with Jay Wags, he was another great content creator. Hopefully he comes back one day. It was co-hosted by me and Nethos. Nethos is now a big, well-known Halo enthusiast and content creator. Let me drop this here. First go here. It's not really Stadia content, so it is kind of Stadia related, though. Now that we've dropped it in the appropriate places, I want to say what's up to everybody. Hey, hiya, Victor is in the house. Chariot Man Games is what's going on. Shout out to the homie Carlos Jimenez. What's up? Sean L in the house. My homies, hey Rev. We tried to tell him, Rev, didn't we? Rev, hey, look, man. Can I be honest? Can I be honest for a second? I want to be honest. I'm tired of biting the tongue for the sake of, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't even think of the word right now. I'm tired of biting my tongue. I know sometimes when we say certain things, people may, whether you got thick skin or not, it may come across real sharp. So people are apprehensive, and then people want to put labels on people and or entities and things like that. And whatever, and that's fine. Again, it's all in the realm of tact. I get it. But I think we're now in a situation where there's no other way. A great mentor of mine in my career told me, when he had to tell me some serious stuff like no sugarcoating, he always said to me, there's no other way to say it but to say it. And shout out to the homie Rev. He's been a big influencer of that mantra. This is not sugarcoating time. I don't feel like it is. It isn't. You just got to come raw to the heart. And sometimes a lot of times I employ, people will, I hate using the word attack, but people will come at me and say things about me and try to put labels on me for whatever reason, because they can't out-argue the point of view that I'm coming from. I'm used to it. I've been dealing with this since for the last 3 years. I'm used to it. Our game recognized game. I'm not stupid to it because I don't say anything about it. But a lot of people will put tags and titles on you when they can't out-argue your purpose. So I let it slide. I don't address the name calling. I just hunker in deeper and I say, show me the proof. Show me the proof. Show me the proof. And guess what? They can't. Then they want to back off their name calling. But it don't work. It don't fly. The internet don't go away. It's stuck to you and it's staying to you forever. You've already gone down that path. Show me the proof. Show me the proof. That's what it's all about. Where are the raw facts? Where's the information that is the basis to your argument? Don't call me names. Let's speak to the facts. And if you can't prove the facts, then don't even step in the arena. Shout out to the homie Rev. Speaking, just you know what I'm saying? So there's no other way to say it but to say it. Shout out to KB and Boo2 in the house. Dazadini in the house. What's up? And shout out to the people on Facebook that are listening to this as well. All right. We let everybody know that we're live. Again, this is NRO Podcast, a show that we used to air on our MM2K main channel. Doing a quick promo of it here. Just a different format type of podcast. But it's going to be real quick. But I want to talk about this Epic Game Store thing. Ron Blue Line says, hey, Dosage, here staying positive on Stadia. Yeah, man. Let the haters hate, man. We'll let the haters hate. And then when all this doom and gloom that they profess is profound and it's going to happen, when Stadia does something else, like a Cyberpunk 2077, and then they want to come back again and act like they never said what they said before, when they want to keep going through that cycle, playing 51st Dates or Groundhog's Day, the door is just going to be shut. Look, man, I can't entertain the silliness anymore. I can entertain well-rounded, thoughtful discussions. At some point in time, you got to be honest and say, look, that's silly gibbly-gook. You can't be wrong for your opinion, but look, it's like look, one of my homies is King Thrasher Gaming. That's my homie. Now, my homie continuously comes to me and says, hey, look, I want to come to Stadia Dosage. I want to spill my truth or whatever. And I'm not trying to say what my brother has to say isn't going to be prolific or may make you think or whatever. But this platform is for people with a particular knowledge base of the system. And I don't want, it's like you can't go into pre-calc not knowing how to do regular long division. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that towards the intelligence of my brother King Thrash. He's a very intelligent individual. I'm just saying his knowledge base, right? Of the particulars of Stadia. And the content that we have here, you got to have a particular knowledge base. Well, we're now making a stance on your acumen, your cloud gaming acumen. Meaning, regardless of what you like, are you in tune to the pros and cons with everything? Like if you got, okay, so a whole bunch of people on Stadia is sitting there saying that Stadia doesn't have enough games, like my brother, regardless if I think they have enough games for me, is my global cloud acumen smart enough to say, look, this is a situation that needs addressed. And if it is, I'll say, yes, this is the game, the amount of games and the pace that the games come on Stadia is an issue that needs to be addressed. But on the flip side, when it comes to GFN, if I say something like, look, the stability of that business model is in trouble. Analysts have said so, regardless of what journalists with their unethical viewpoints trying to pin each cloud platform against each other. If they want to ignore it, forget about it. I know better. So even though I may not feel concerned about the business model, this could be an issue if it's not addressed. So is my global acumen to a certain point to where I can recognize that, regardless of my own personal feelings? Or, all right, GFN may run smooth for me, but I hear so many people in the ethos saying it doesn't run smooth. What does that sound like? That sounds like that's a server problem. There's not enough servers, or the servers aren't stable enough. So even though it's running fine for me, is my global cloud acumen high enough to understand that that's a problem that needs to be addressed? And if your global acumen ain't like that about Stadia, ain't like that about GFN, ain't like that about Amazon, ain't like that about Shadow, we can't have a discussion. We can't. Because getting into that muck is feeding the filth that entities outside of cloud gaming want us to feed off and feast off of. And that filth is the cannibalizing of cloud gaming. Every time that I've told entities within this platform, watch what you say about this, because Richard Review Tech is watching, this entity is watching that, and they continue on. What you see, boom, 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 just like I said. I can no longer play these games. I can only call it exactly how I see it without the sugarcoating. And you gotta be willing, even if it's not there, you gotta be willing to have your global cloud acumen be at a certain level. You're not going to know everything all at once, like I don't. I wake up every morning seeing what else I can learn. That's why I find stuff like I found February 1st when everybody was like, oh my God, where's the roadmap for Stadia? And the Stadia spokesperson, Catherine Hassal, I was able to find her interview because I looked for it. Not because I didn't want an armchair quarterback. I looked for it. February 1st by inputmagazine.com. The byline is from them, not from her. Stadia talks about future roadmaps. In that article, she says, Stadia, we like to see what developers are going to do with these features in 2021 and beyond. Now, I've never been one about the quote-unquote roadmap. I think that's silly, but that's my personal opinion. My global cloud acumen understands that that's something that people wanted to see. But my global cloud acumen, also looking from 5,000 feet, recognizes that the majority of the cloud gaming community is not doing their due diligence. How am I? I'm just running this. This is just a shop I'm running in my attic until my wife comes home from work. And in between my time from working remotely from home, how can I find this stuff continuously and nobody else can? That speaks to their global cloud acumen. And I'm no longer going to entertain the discussions where people want to work off of emotion. Your global cloud acumen has to be at a certain level or it's getting called out. It's not about what you like. You can't be wrong for what you like. It's about disseminating all the information to the player base so they can make the best well-rounded decision for them. Not for them to just like what you like. That's not what it's about. If I put everything out there on the table and someone comes to me and says, I don't like Stadia, my job is done. And until you all start thinking like that, we either A, can't have a discussion, or B, you're getting called out. I can't keep playing these games anymore. Because when you keep playing these games, this is what happens. This is an example of what happens. What am I talking about? Shout out to the homie Carlos. He said, it's a wave of the media dishonesty. Exactly. But we got excuses being made for it. Well, they're being dishonest because, no. We can understand how it happened, yes. But we never make excuses for dishonesty and a lack of integrity. Never. Just because it's not being made for the platform you prefer. Never. So what am I talking about? Stop ranting. Epic Game Store. Sorry for the chair squeaking. Epic Game Store. So I can't find the tweet, but I've been dealing for the last several years with Tim Sweeney of Epic Game Store. I've been reporting on him and researching him for a very long time. It all started back when the Epic Game Store, when first Tim Sweeney went on and on and on about UWP. For those of you that don't know what UWP is, I'm going to try my best to describe what it was. It was a failed initiative by Microsoft to try to try to conjoin the development of console and PC applications and make it work in all one fell swoop, in all one big swoop, and it failed. But it was a reasonable and a noteworthy initiative, and it just didn't work. Programmers and engineers couldn't get it to work. At the time that Microsoft was trying to get UWP off the ground, Tim Sweeney started crying. He said, hold on. If you guys implement UWP, and I can't remember the reason, it was BS reasons. He said, if you implement UWP, that'll give you a stranglehold on the market, and it will not allow gamers to have the choice of playing their or utilizing their favorite applications the way that they want to. Meaning you'll be making stuff exclusive to the UWP store or however it's going to work, the Microsoft store, and you'll be closing off fathomable access to other platforms and platforms that could be better than UWP. Because reasonably so, Tim Sweeney saw that there were issues with UWP, and he said it's a problem. That was his big argument way back when. So you fast forward to now, and what does Tim Sweeney do? He opens the Epic Game Store, which is exactly that. The worst game store out there on an open source platform, which is PC, that is forcing people, because they're having these exclusive deals, it is forcing people to play the PC games the worst way possible. The same thing that he said was, oh my gosh, was unfathomable, and the big corporations and the evil corpo men trying to eat the babies. The way he was describing that is the same thing that he actually did. So once he did that, I set up a red flag with me, with Tim Sweeney, and I said he's a con man. But I didn't think nothing of it. I said, he's a smart guy, he's part of Epic, but you got to watch this guy, he's a con man. And so then, here in comes the Epic Game Store, doing exactly that, forcing people into situations where they got to play their favorite games if they want to play them day and date through the worst store ever, because they're dropping off of money to developers and the greedy conglomerates not developers, but publishers, the greedy conglomerates aren't saying, hold on, for the integrity of our product, please, no, you got to enhance the store. They're just taking the bag, right? To where you have situations like Borderlands 3, where for the first month or so, people's cloud saves were just deleting all this hard work that they're doing on the game, and it just goes away. I downloaded Metro, and it was the worst experience ever. I said, let me give it a shot. I downloaded Metro because I wanted to play Metro Exodus, and it was a horrible experience. Kept freezing, UI problems, which is horrible. And it didn't make any sense with anybody with all that UI, with all that UI experience, with all that Fortnite money, the makers of Unreal Engine, you can't make a store client. Now, at first, I didn't understand the ramification of this. And I had put a tweet out there just to show you I'm not capping. I didn't understand the ramifications. I was ignorant. And I said, oh, it ain't no big deal. Who's worried about another store client? It's just a new download client or whatever. But then I couldn't fathom Epic having such a horrible store that they would put out there. It didn't make sense to me. So you fast forward to Epic trying to do something slick. Now, when you go to Apple's store, the iOS store, or Google, what you are doing is you're saying, hey, you're not only major distributors on said platform, but I get the integrity of all of your securities, making sure the stuff isn't hacked, virus checks, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because of that, this will be the main place that people will go to on Android, or this is the only place you can go to on iOS, right? And therefore, I agree that this, I want to take in on this, but I'm agreeing to your terms of service. So along the way, Tim Sweeney says out of nowhere, well, I don't like these terms of service, even though everywhere it's been 30% across the board everywhere for Lord knows how long. It's been 30% forever, right? Let me see. I can find it. If I can find this chart. It's been 30% everywhere. But all of a sudden, Tim Sweeney didn't like it when it came to the Epic Game Store. When it came to Fortnite on iOS and Android. And the way that he phrased this fight was, it's the big man taken from the developer, right? And people fell for it. And so I kept telling people, be very careful. Well, first and foremost, I want to show you all this too, because I just came across something that oh man, come on. Copy link. Come on, Twitter. Stop messing around. Show this. Copy link to that. And then I want to show you guys something else too. Hold on, whoa. That's not it. That's not it. I'm sorry. You have to excuse me. Copy link. I'll find. Okay, I guess I'll find it. So it's that one. Here we go. And then I'm gonna continue to scroll down, and I want to find this chart that I have for the stores. But yeah, so he said the little man is getting shorted with these storefronts taking 30%. It's horrible. And he framed it like he was fighting for the little man. And so then you got people that did not do their due diligence. And again, your global acumen for this stuff comes to light. The issue isn't, or the argument that I have, or a lot of people have that are wiser on this situation isn't, is it fair that there's a 30% pull from these storefronts? That's not the argument. That's a completely different argument. The argument is, what is Tim Sweeney up to? And we kept trying to tell people, I can't find it. I found something though, but I can't find my old tweet on. Let me see if I can look at my other. So yeah, the issue isn't whether it should be 30%. We can have that. That's a different discussion. The discussion is, what is Tim Sweeney trying to do? Because Tim Sweeney clearly don't care about the 30%. He has other reasons why he's dipping his toe into this. He's a con artist. Look at what he did with UWP, or what he argued over for with UWP, and what he ended up doing with the Epic Game Store. That is the fullest stint. Here we go. That is the full stint of hypocrisy. So let me do this. I want to do this first. Let's put this here. And then I want to do this. Now, some of you might think, oh, MM2K, you're unfairly attacking Tim Sweeney. Here goes the chart that I was talking about with the game store. Mobile stores, the App Store and Google Play Store is 30%. When you go into physical stores, GameStop, Amazon, Best Buy, Walmart, 30%. PC stores, okay, Steam is 30%. Humble may be 25%. Epic Game Store is 12%. Developer's Choice for Ichi, GOG is 30%. Microsoft Store is 30%. Console stores, 30, 30, 30. So 30 is not uncommon. So there's no real big fight against the evil conglomerate. You could care less. Because if that was the case, then physical copies of the games that you make, you would have fought them for 30% when you against PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo. You would be fighting them for their 30%. How come you're not? Because you don't care about something on their storefronts. You don't care about distribution on their storefronts. And you know that's a fight that you can't win. So you're not even going to do it, because they'll just shut you off altogether and won't care. And you won't have anything to argue with, because the gaming community wouldn't be for it. They would say, that don't make any sense. But the game community isn't any wiser, because it's 30% everywhere. The real problem, which was revealed today, thank goodness for great networks like Twitch TV, that again, the global acumen, they dig deep in stuff. They don't just let their emotions ride their decision making on this. They discovered through court filings and court hearings that Epic's main goal in all this was not to fight for the little man. What Epic is trying to do is, Epic is trying to put the Epic Game Store on iOS and Android. That's their sole purpose. And they want to be able to put the iOS store and the Epic Game Store on iOS and Android and not pay them a cent. Shout out to my homie KB. Matter of fact, you bring up an interesting point. I'll get there. I will get there. Watch me work, bro. Anyway, so that's the thing. All he wants to put, listen to this. He wants to put the Epic Game Store in the iOS store. Utilize all their securities, utilize storing this stuff through their servers, have them eat all that cost for the iOS, for Apple to get nothing. He wants to do the same for Android. He wants to be able to put the Epic Game Store on Android and the Google Play Store, have it benefit from all of its security being placed through the distribution through its servers, and they get nothing. That is the cause that y'all are fighting for? No, it's not. You got bamboozled. You got bamboozled. And we've been telling you this for months, for years, and you didn't listen. So now you let this guy who had no intent whatsoever, no intent in supporting the little man, He funded causes to make it look that way, but he always had an ulterior motive. All this, and he's in the court filings, they discovered that he went and filed lobbyists to argue this on his behalf all over the globe. Because I know what a lot of you are thinking. You're sitting there thinking, but MM2K, it is only 12%. Look, it is only 12%. All this is for Tim Sweeney is giving money. It's the same equivalent as giving money to a lobbyist. I give money to this cause to lobby you, the unaware and unsuspecting, and honestly, the low gaming IQ consumer or low acumen IQ consumer. I will do this 12% to lobby developers to make them think that this is a cause. And now I've set up this smoke and mirrors when my full intention is what? To get the Epic Game Store on Apple, on Android. All these games go through the benefit and the security of those two platforms, and they don't get a dime. And to prove this point, to drive this point home, the judge in this case said, let's do this. Because you remember Tim Sweeney was out here arguing, millions of Fortnite fans can't play on Apple because they're a greedy conglomerate, right? Now follow me here, but follow me. No, KB, that's an excuse. That's an excuse. Again, we're not. You're falling into a realm of where you're excusing behavior that is unethical. Because I'm about to break it down to you. We can't just sit there and say, "Well, it's all they're all what's it called?" Because I'm talking about somebody that you personally ain't got no issue with. Get your personal emotions out of it. Follow me now. So the judge said in the case, all right, Tim, you've been making this big deal about people not being able to play on Fortnite on Apple and how it's disrupted the gaming of millions and millions of gamers. How about we solve this right now? How about we allow we tell iOS you gotta let the gamers play on Fortnite. We reopen the iOS store to Fortnite. You let those gamers play again. And any revenue from those purchases gets put in a trust until we figure out the percentages. Because there has to be a percentage that Apple gets out of this, but we'll figure this out. Maybe it's not going to be 30. It might be 12, whatever it is. But at least let to no further disrupt gamers from wanting to play on iOS. Let's open it back up on the store. Let's put the money in a trust. Apple said, okay. They said, fine. It's okay with us. So KB, that's why I said, hold on for a second, bucko. We can't blame them. They're all con artists. Apple said, okay. You know what Epic said? Epic said, no. We don't care if people got disrupted from playing Fortnite. They'll just be disrupted. We want all the money. We're not putting anything in any damn trust. We want all the money. They just won't be able to play on iOS. So KB, you tell me this, good brother. I hate to be picking on you, but you stepped in the arena. You tell me What do you think about that? Are they all just the same con artists? Apple, the greedy conglomerate, said, sure, fine. We'll open back up the store. We'll give our support that comes out of our pocket. We'll continue to security check and distribute the product. And we won't even see the money because it's going to be sitting in the trust until we figure this out. And you know how litigation goes. Litigation goes for years. Arbitration goes for years. So for years, there could be millions and millions of activity via Fortnite on iOS, and Apple wouldn't see the money at all. Not at all. They said, okay. What did Epic say? They said, no. They said, no. We don't care if people don't get to play Fortnite. To hell with them. What we're out here for is we want to put this Epic Game Store on iOS, and Apple don't get a dime. Google don't get a dime on Android. So let them wait until we get what we want. So now we circle it back home to why I'm doing all this screaming and all this yelling, all this calling out all this week, Enthusiast Day calling all this other stuff. This is just another symbol of us who are smart people playing stupid games. And as they say, when you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. We done let this man in through the back door. We just turned a blind eye because he talked us up and worked us up on our emotions about his cause, and we didn't vet him out. We didn't vet out what his situations were. Even when people like myself brought you the evidence, hold on. It's not I've said it over and over again. It's not the message that's the matter of fact. Let me see if I can find the damn tweet. Let me see if I can find the damn tweet. Do simple like MM2K, Tim Stewart. I think it was Stewart. Was it that? Oh, okay. MM2K, I spelled maybe it was Stewart. I can't find it. Damn it. Damn it. We're going to get into this one. Oh, no. It might be here. All right. So it wasn't the message that's the problem. Yes, devs are getting hurt left and right. I remember arguing with somebody about this. And they said, well, I'm a dev and you don't understand. No, I get it. The number, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Devs are getting hurt. The player base isn't growing, but games are getting more expensive to make, and devs are losing out in the long run. If they don't meet a Metacritic score or something like that, or something silly like that from the publisher, they're ass out. I get it. So there is something to be talked about in regards to the percentage that's being taken out of these stores. That's completely different from what Tim Sweeney is doing. Tim Sweeney is lying to you to make it seem like that's his initiative when that's not what he's trying to do. So in the long run, y'all let this guy backdoor behind your cause without vetting him, and now you're not going to get a decrease of the 30% because of what he's doing, because that's what he's not looking for. The judge said, okay, to further exemplify the argument of 30% this and 12% that, how about we put this money in the trust until the arbitration is done? If Tim Sweeney would have said yes, because that's money he's not getting anyway. If Tim Sweeney would have said yes, that would have pushed the litigation in regards to lowering these percentages a long way. But guess what? That's not his cause. He just used that as smoke and mirrors to get in the door. His cause is simply getting the Epic Games Store on Apple, on iOS, and not having to pay nobody anything for it. And y'all helped him in. You helped him in. If he would have let that money be put in arbitration, the headlines would have been, wow, major milestone and fight to decrease the percentages with storefronts. Apple agrees to let revenue sit in arbitration fund for negotiations of lower percent. That would have sent ripples through the gaming community. And then y'all would have had a reason to celebrate. But y'all don't now. Y'all look like idiots. Because you don't do your due diligence. But y'all want to call me names. Oh yeah, I'm eating this up. I'm loving this. I'm loving every second of it. But y'all want to call me names. Here's a tweet. Let me make it bigger for the people in the back. Here's a tweet that I've sent in regards to Tim Sweeney. Now, this is what my homie KB Mbuntu. Shout out to him. He's a big time supporter. I love him. He knows I'm picking on him. But when you step into the octagon, baby, this is what happens. KB said, what'd he do to Stadia? I'm about to show you what he did to Stadia. So here's what he said. He says, Epic is wholeheartedly supporting Nividia Geforce Now service for Fortnite with Epic Games Store titles that choose to participate, including exclusives, and will be improving the integration of over time. And he goes on to talk. Oh, he says, just waiting till later this year. Now, this is in 2020, y'all. He made a declaration of this. Tim, just to show you that he's such a liar and he's so dishonest. He made a declaration of this. He says, just wait until later this year when Google is lobbying against Apple for blocking Stadia from iOS while Google blocks Geforce Now. And look, am I making this up? This is March 6th, 2020. He says, just waiting till later this year. We're already in 2021, people. Did this ever happen? Just waiting till later this year when Google is lobbying against Apple for... No, I got to bookmark this. Let me add this to my bookmark. Hell yeah. Just waiting till later this year when Google is lobbying against Apple for blocking Stadia from iOS while Google blocks Geforce Now, Xcloud, and Fortnite from Google Play and this whole rotten structure. You see how he's playing on your ignorance. You all have been ignorant to what's been going on. He played on your ignorance and he guaranteed that by the end of the year, this was going to happen. Has it happened? No. Your global acumen on this stuff is low. You're low IQ and you need to get better at this stuff. As you can tell, I am extremely frustrated after years and years and years of doing due diligence, coming up back to the surface, putting it out on the table for you and saying, hold on, slow down. Let's look at everything from totality, only for you to play like a mole or a blinded wombat, like you can't see nothing, like you can't comprehend. I repeat, I will read it for you one more time to understand why we are focusing on your global gaming acumen. Look it up if you don't understand what the term acumen means. Tim Sweeney, March 6, 2020, just waiting till later this year When Google is lobbying against Apple for blocking Stadia from iOS, while Google blocks Geforce Now, Xcloud, and Fortnite from Google Play, and this whole rotten structure begins to collapse on itself. You know what happened? Y'all saw this bullpucky, and y'all got all creamy knuckle. Y'all saw this and said, oh, he's fighting for the man. No, don't be so stupid. He's talking about Google lobbying against this one and this one blocking that one. Meanwhile, he's paying lobbyists to do his dirty work and spread his filth and his grime across the globe. I can't find. Okay, let me see if I can find. Meanwhile, this that y'all see right here, it's not changing. He had an opportunity to change it. They sat at the table with Apple, and the judge asked both of them, look, we got a situation that, Tim, you keep coming out here with all these threads of emails and tweets and all this other stuff. And you say that you're fighting for the little man. Okay, well, the little man right now that was enjoying Fortnite on iOS sat there and is now dismayed because they can't play. How about we fix that, Tim? You're not getting this money anyway right now. So how about we take that money, we allow it to persist. We allow people to continue to download and make purchases of the game, and then we'll put that money in a trust until we figure out the percentages. And because Tim, you make plenty of money. You're doing fine without it being on the iOS store right now. You're doing fine. So why not, to help out this cause, to be rid of this whole rotten structure that you put here that suckered so many people, that have a low global acumen. Their acumen IQ is low, that suckered so many of them. How about that'll solve it, right? And that'll further the cause, because what will happen is it'll disrupt all of this. These 30s will be forced to go down across the board. If you get Apple, the big conglomerate, to give in, and once their 30 goes down, then Google's 30 goes down. Then all these 30s go down. Then these other 30s go down. And Tim, you can be lifted up on shoulders and people will love you across the board for being the savior of the devs. You know what Tim Sweeney said to that proposal? You know what he said to that proposal? He said, no, that's not what I'm here for, Judge. Yeah, the low business acumen IQ people helped me get in the door. But that's not what I'm here for. I simply want the Epic Game Store on iOS. I want it on Android. And I want it at next to no cost from me. So, when y'all hear MM2K out here arguing for y'all to get out of y'all fields and look at things from 5,000 feet, those are not just slogans. Those are serious calls to action. I really want y'all to get better at this, because if y'all get better at this, rising tides lift all boats. But as long as the tide is low, it's going to have I'm going to be honest with you, it is a selfish premonition too, because it's having an effect on me. The longer that y'all don't build up y'all knowledge based on this stuff, the longer I got to deal with this stupid stuff too, as a gamer. I'm just keeping it real. Now, this platform is a platform of action. This platform is a platform for integrity and authenticity and putting the truth out there. And to help people get and understand where we're coming from, we do extend an olive branch and we have discussions with everybody and we respect all opinions. But I'm going to be honest with you, and there's just a lot of soul searching I got to do this weekend. I'm going to be honest with you. I got to really think about extending that olive branch too far. There's a war out here when it comes to this type of stuff. People like Tim Sweeney are using a lot of you that are of the lower IQ acumen and getting away with stuff like this and making situations worse for gamers like me. How? Because I got to play my favorite game, Borderlands 3 or Metro, on the Epic Games Store because y'all are sitting there and oh, yeah, exclusives are great or whatever. That don't apply to an open source platform like PC. He gets to masquerade behind noteworthy causes and do unnoteworthy stuff. Y'all give him the cushion to do so, and people like me that know better, we suffer. Simply because there's more of us that do our due diligence than there are people that don't do their due diligence, that just want to follow the damn idiot herd. It's extremely frustrating, and I got to do some soul searching to see how far I want to continue to extend this olive branch. My message before closing out, because I got to go pick up my wife, is it never hurts to kick the tires a little bit, to actually look and investigate and research this stuff. It doesn't hurt. I tell y'all, don't take what I tell you at face value. I'm just a damn YouTuber. Take the information that I give you, look it up, cross-balance it to something, because there could be something that I miss. It could be unintentional. But y'all got to get better at this. This is not about propping up your favorite platform. This is relative whether it comes to Epic. This is relative whether it comes to cloud gaming. Y'all are just not on y'all job. And I'm frustrated. And I'm sick of it. Why? Because you're making things worse for me and I'm on my job. So we're in this together. My plea to you is please get better at this. Stop falling for the okie doke. Do your damn research. There is no excuse why a guy that just runs this out of his attic in between working at home and picking up my wife from work and doing whatever inch, there's no reason why I'm coming across this stuff and y'all can't. That's it. No more talk. I appreciate all of y'all. I love y'all. He said, is the attic soundproof? I got some things working, Carlos. I got this little thing. I got a little nice little setup. You know what I'm saying? I got a nice little setup, Carlos, to where I managed to sound pretty decently, but I appreciate it, good brother. Or are you saying is it soundproof because I'm doing all the yelling? No. Hey, look, if you spend a day, if we ever get to kick it, Carlos, and I hope we get to, because I can tell you a cool brother, man. Hopefully we get to kick it one day. God willing, and if we do, you'll come to my house and you'll need earplugs, man. You'll see this is customary. You'll be like, God, let me go back. Let me go back where I came from. I can't just take it here. But shout out to all of y'all. I love all of y'all. I'm serious. I love y'all like kids I ain't never paid child support for, right? I love y'all, whether I met y'all or not. But I'm here to tell y'all, I'm not sugarcoating this stuff anymore. Y'all just got to get better at this. This whole Epic thing is a prime example of it. What I'm seeing in the cloud community is another example of it. I got to do a lot of soul searching because I'm telling you, I'm at my wit's end with the low acumen and the low business IQ when it comes to the stuff that we're dealing with here. That's it. Love you all. Project Storm. Got you. Hey, no, look, bro. We've been talking about this behind the scenes. It's not one or two entities. It's a whole swath. They're just not getting it. They're not doing their research, and because they're not liking, because they're emotionally tagged to something, they're letting stuff happen that is making the situation worse for gamers. Hence the subject matter today, Storm, the Epic Game Store. Tim Sweeney just basically came out and admitted, I'm not in this for the little guy. I'm in this because I want the Epic, listen to this, Storm. I want the Epic Game Store on iOS. I want it on Google Play Store, and I don't want to pay anything for it. Judge comes to him and says, well, hold on. These Fortnite people that are on iOS, what about them? You made all this whoop-to-do. Look at all these damn tweets that you got out here about the rotten structure. What about them? How about we take that money, Tim, we put it in a trust until we figure it out? Apple actually said yes. Apple was actually ready to litigate for a lower percentage. Epic said no. Epic said no, and that tells you everything. What also tells you everything, too, that Tim Sweeney is a liar, is this tweet from March of 2020. Yes, waiting till later this year when Google is lobbying against Apple for blocking Stadia from iOS while Google blocks Geforce Now, Xcloud. Did that ever happen? No. Tim is an effing liar. Y'all fell for it. Y'all let him in the door. Gaming is worse because of it. I'm out. Have a wonderful gaming day.